DoctorDoctorAl here. Welcome back to another episode of Hand of Fate 2. When we last left off, we had defeated the tutorial mission, the Fool, and now we're off to our next mission, I
have clawed my way back, beyond the 13 gates, to this mortal realm. Welcome to my challenges. Together, we will traverse 22 paths of wisdom and despair, in the hope of awakening.
Awakening what? I'm not sure. Alright, the Magician is next. So this is the first real mission. We're allowed to build our own deck. In the companion slot, we only have Malaclip, so that's already in there. And let's see, the Magician, rescue the missing Empire soldiers from a town plagued with corruption. So we'll probably want weapons that can destroy the corrupt. Growing Scourge, prepare to fight corrupted, and avoid Empire, lose gold for every Empire killed. So we're going to try to avoid encounters with the Empire because for some reason we would lose gold. We don't have that much to put into the deck. Let's put in Malaclip's problem, let's put in the Market Thief, let's put in Fork in the Road. Old Maiden is great. Let's see, Arm Wrestling, and that's it. Actually, I didn't realize we had so many choices. Malaclip's problem sounds good. So these have tokens. I think having just one with a token probably makes more sense, so we'll leave Malaclip's problem for another round, and I think getting the Distressed Damsel makes sense. These are the dice games. The Old Maiden is just always good. Arm Wrestling is a dice game where you can get some gold. Market Thief seems fun. We'll find out what it does. And Fork in the Road, why not? Alright, so that's it for encounters. In terms of equipment, I think we don't have that much yet. We just have 5 cards, so we'll put them all in. We're familiar with Soldier's Sword and Warrior's Axe and the Simple Shield from last time, and Bastion of Purification and the Cardinal Blade we just got. So, the deck is complete. Let's get started.
A casual call to heroism. How many adventures start thus? For 100 years I have thought about nothing but the game. I was defeated. It is true. I became complacent long before then. I thought I knew everything about the game and what it could be. Now you see before you the extent of my research. I have crafted this game anew.
Okay, thank you, narrator, or whatever you are. Your conversation with a fur trader is interrupted as Malaclip arrives in a flurry. Whispers from the west. The whispers speak of trouble at the edge of the Empire. The town of West Wend is suffering against the Blight. Let's find out more about it. What do you want to know? Let's see. Empire protection. Small garrison is meant to be protecting the town, but apparently they are all either dead, missing, or drunk. What's so special about it? I've traveled far to escape the oppression of the Empire. West Wend gave me my freedom, and I intend to return the favor. Sounds like a good enough reason. And where is West Wend? It sits on the outer edge of the Empire. While the Emperor focuses on the capital, its nobles and merchants, those at the fringes are neglected. Alright, that's enough for now. So let's go ahead and head to West Wend. Turn to the markets and ask if any traders headed to West Wend might need an escort. There's a stonemason, a food wagon, and a weaponsmith. I'm assuming the food wagon would give us more food, the weaponsmith might give us an item, and stonemason, hard to say, maybe some gold. Let's go with food. I always want to make sure that we have enough food because I don't want to starve. Food wagon headed to a nearby wedding offers you a ride. They gift you some food in exchange for not taking you the whole way. Alright, fair enough. 3 more food. You arrive at the town of West Wend. To defend the town, you will need to locate as many Empire soldiers as you can before the Blight invades. Alright, so we need to recruit some soldiers along the way. Let's see what's in store for us.
They place themselves in these dire positions. and then expect a hero to come rescue them when things become too much.
Too right, good friend. While patrolling the outskirts of Westwind, you hear the clash of steel and the unmistakable groan of corrupted. Your investigation leads you to a distressed nobleman perched on the roof of his carriage. Thank the gods, I was heading to tea with the Duke Gilbert when we were ambushed. My footman left me here to fight them off, but the brawl has now dispersed into the forest. The noble peers fearfully at the tree line. If you stay here and protect me, I can pay. So we can either go after the soldiers, which might get us more soldiers recruited, or accept the offer, get the 20 gold. I kind of want to just go after the soldiers, see if we can recruit people. I don't think the gold will be that important. Let's see what happens. You rush into the forest and quickly encounter a squad of Empire soldiers battling the corrupted. Looks like there's 2 soldiers, 4 corrupted.
Let's see if the mage can help you here.
It's our first mission with Malaclips helping us as well. So hopefully we'll be able to destroy all the corrupted without losing any of the soldiers, and maybe we can manage to recruit them and fulfill our mission. Looks like that's Malaclips here. A magician, a jester, and a vagabond. When activated, Malaclips casts a protective spell on you that can block a single hit. That sounds pretty useful. And so with the R key, we can get his protection. Let me just quickly review WSAD, attack, defend. This is pretty simple. Break the block, space to evade, and left control to run. Alright, try to remember that. So we picked up the protection. Finished off one guy, although I'm a little curious about what's happening with our friends in the Empire. Hopefully no one is dead. Alright, so far so good, 2 down. Let's finish this guy off as well. And we are down to just 1. I don't know what happened to the other soldier. I hope he wasn't killed. If he was, too bad. Well, we got through that without taking any damage, so that's definitely an improvement in terms of my combat skills. And we got the Warrior's Axe. I don't think... Well, against corrupted enemies, Bash causes additional damage to armored. I don't know how useful that is. You know, for now, even though it might be strictly a slightly better weapon, I'm going to say no, and we'll stick with the... Well, the axe is actually another slow weapon as well, and it's rusty. Alright, you've convinced me, we'll equip the axe. And we got 5 more food, terrific. Remaining soldier surveys his dead comrades' bodies. The princeling ordered us to take him through this area despite the danger. Their blood is on his spindly gloved hands. Explain Westwind's troubles and its need for soldiers to mount a defense. The prince can fend for himself for now. I doubt even these tainted beasts will want to be around him. And we got ourselves a recruit. Looks like we could have maybe gotten 2, but that's okay. 1 is better than nothing. And on to the next encounter.
At what point does honor bend to pragmatism?
So this is the distressed damsel. The road ahead is blocked by an overturned carriage and a woman calling for help. Please help, she cries. I've been robbed by a band of thugs. Is there anything you can do? 14 is a pretty high target. It's going to be unlikely for us to succeed, but I'd rather give it a shot, and who knows, we might get lucky. So let's throw the dice.
Are a constant reminder.
Excellent roll. Very lucky. We got 14 right off the bat, so we'll be looking to get some
reward. They are often
reward.
called bones for the material from which
Thank
they were
you,
crafted.
the woman says, as you help her from the carriage. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. More food? I guess we really won't starve on this mission. Terrific. You thank the woman and continue on your way. Sounds great.
Commerce thrives in even the most
Off to the general store. I don't think we have much that we can do here. We could try to buy equipment, but with just 10 gold, I don't think we have much of a chance. We could try maybe the shield. I'd rather just keep the gold. Who knows when we might make better use of it. And I rarely block anyway. I don't think buying food makes sense. We're already at full health. And I don't think we can sell anything. We'd sell the Warrior's Axe that we just got, but it's only for 9. I think we'll just keep moving.
The Empire reaches too far. The North has gone from a loose collection of tribes to something to truly fear.
So captured soldiers here. We find some that are strung up by Northerners. We probably fight to free them for free, pay our 10 gold to free them, or just keep moving. Let's go ahead and pay for now. Once we're out of money, then we can fight. But let's take the diplomatic option for this time around. We can pay 10 gold and free and recruit 2 soldiers. Sounds good to me. And they've freed prisoners. We don't have any money now, but we do have 2 more soldier recruits, and so we're up to 3. And on to the next encounter.
Here we begin to see one of the small ways I've changed the game. Each challenge differs both in their rules and their objectives. Even those cards which were once the stairs now vary per challenge, as you will see.
So the dealer telling us a little bit about a change from, I assume, Hand of Fate 1. So anyway, Westwind's Plague, the Westwind Tower Bell. The Westwind Tower Bell chimes feverishly. Town crier bellows, "There's corrupted inside the town. They broke through the sewers and into Louse Lane. Our brave soldiers have gone down there to sort it out." Alright. Looks like there's 3 blight. You arrive to find Westwind's few remaining soldiers huddled at the entrance to its poorest area, Louse Lane. "We cannot let the corruption spread. For the good of the town, we must dispose of anyone who has been tainted even a little." So let's join the soldiers and on to the next level. Join in the fight against the corrupted. So we have 4 soldiers. We have Malaclips against, looks like, only 3 corrupted. So hopefully this will be a pretty straightforward and simple encounter. Our first one against the... Alright, let's go ahead and get our protection. Did get hit, but luckily because of having Malaclips's protection, we did not take any damage. And we're able to dispose of most of the enemies. Looks like there's just 1 guy left, and we can finish him. And so we emerge unscathed. On to the next floor. With the corrupted threat removed, you've ensured that these soldiers survive to aid the town's defense. So we got the 4 recruits. So in these fights, we really need to just keep the soldiers alive. I think that'll be the best way to improve our soldier recruitment count. Soldiers help you scavenge what you can from the remains of the poor souls taken by the corruption. So we got 10 extra max life, which is great, as well as some gold, which we might be able to use to free some more soldiers along the way while avoiding a direct fight. Let's go this way.
In my day, thieves kept their distance. None would pickpocket a mage for fear of failure, or worse, success.
Sounds good, narrator. So, Market Thief. The Market Bazaar is a hive of activity. Traders from across the lands call out to passers-by to sell their wares. As the sun beats down on the crowded street, you pause briefly to draw water from a fountain. You feel something tug on the inside of your tunic. Turning quickly, you discover a pickpocket making off with some of your belongings. Oh, he stole 5 of our gold. You jump to your feet and catch a glimpse of the thief as they weave through the crowd. So this is an encounter where we could gain a token, so hopefully we'll be able to get success and also get our money back. Huge success all the way on the left.
Mere success
Looks like
failure.
I think
You
this
choose
one.
the very stakes
no.
themselves.
The tangled maze of people proves too much for you, and the thief makes their escape. Too bad. I really thought it was the one at the end. So the token will remain in place for now, and we are 5 coins poorer. arm wrestling. In our first video, we defeated the halfling. I think we only needed a 10 or 12. Let's see what we need this time. So the Carnival of Strength travels from village to hamlet, searching for the strongest from all over the land. Each visit you will wrestle only one opponent. Each win advances you to greater opportunities and greater rewards. Or rather, greater opponents and greater rewards. In the second round of the competition, you sit opposite the aged frame of Huntley Toothless. He boasts about once being a silencer for the Thieves Guild. So an old veteran might be more of a challenge. 12 is the target, so I guess it was a 10 the last time. 12, I think mathematically we have a pretty decent chance of getting it, especially with the reroll. 5, 5, and a 1, so as long as we can get a 2 or higher, we have basically an 83% chance of defeating this, as long as we don't get a 1 again, and we did not, so another arm wrestling competition won, and some more gold in our coffers.
For your challenge.
Huntley crumples in defeat almost instantly. "You're lucky I'm not 20 or 30 years younger," he says, grumbling. "That's okay, old man, you put up a fair fight. We get the 20 gold that is promised. Take your reward from the purser on the way out the tavern. When you return, you will compete in the next round for a larger prize." So we'll have to keep that in mind and keep that in the deck if we want to face the next opponent next time. On to the next one.
They got themselves into this mess. I don't see why you should get them out.
Well, I need to get them out, narrator, because that's our mission. We could fight the Northerners, we could keep, and in doing so we hold on to our money, but I think the safest thing is just to pay the 10 and get 2 free soldiers, and that's all done.
Now your chance presents itself. At last, stand in the defense of the peasantry. What noble traits you display already.
Alright, so atop Westwind Town Hall is a large bell tower. It used to signal the day's end for the workers in the mines and surrounding fields, but now it will summon Westwind's defenders. Do you wish to summon the soldiers you have recruited? So I think this might be the end of the mission. Since we have a few more unexplored areas, I think I'll just say search for more recruits. And we'll keep moving, maybe get a little bit more than 9 before we have the final fight.
In your life, you will have wandered endless intersections.
Fork in the road, it sounds like it just reveals a...
Why?
Sorry for
What is
speaking
it
over
in
your
your
narrator.
memory that catches here?
So it looks like all that card does is reveal maybe an adjacent card. Good to know. I don't know if we'll use it in the future, maybe for a really difficult mission where knowing where you're going next is important. And I think these early missions will want to explore every single encounter, so good to know what the card does. You arrive at a signpost detailing the possible path east and west, so that's what it would do. We already know what's east, and it revealed what's west. The good news is we get to see the old
Age
maiden.
turns us all. She has done rather better than I in the time that has passed.
Walking through a shady forest, you encounter a frail old maiden. She stops to greet you. "For centuries I have helped the..." I don't think that's what an old maiden sounds like. "For centuries I have helped the mortals who find themselves lost in my forest. Is there anything that may help you with your journey?" So we could ask for supplies. I think that just means food, and we have plenty. It looks like we only have 1 more, and we have 10 food, so I won't do that. As for longer life, we already have full health. I don't know if she'll give me max health. It might be worth trying. And the gold, I don't think we have too much use for it. Again, seeing as we're at the probably the end of the mission. Let's go for longer life. "May you live a long life," she says, and with a fragile wave of her hand, you feel a warm sensation through your body. And we got 5 max life. Why not? And our final encounters at the general store. Let's see what equipment he has. We could try the soldier's sword. It's better against northerners. It's pretty fast, one-handed weapon. I think though we're doing just fine. Let's see what these do. The Bastion of Purification. It will deal damage if you defend against Corrupted. It will make us slower, and it will also block attacks from ranged enemies. We wouldn't be able to have our axe, I think, if our axe is a... I'm not sure if it's a one-handed or a two-handed weapon. I don't think... Well, let's just take a look at what the Cardinal Blade does. It is also good against Corrupted, and it's a one-handed, deals decent damage. I think it's really expensive. If we'd held on to the... If we'd gotten 10 more coins, we would have 30, and then we could have sold our axe and maybe bought the Cardinal Blade. But as it stands, we can't really do much, so let us leave and move on to the final encounter. So we didn't get any more than the 9 soldiers, but I thought it was
another
to get
chance
5 more
to
health.
redeem yourself. Let's see how you handle it this time.
So let's take our 9 soldiers and see if we can beat this mission. As night cloaks west wind, you can sense the corruption rising from the shadows all around you. You survey any soldiers you've managed to recruit. You've scoured the land and brought together every available Empire soldier to the defense of Westwind. So there's 6 Blight as well as a Blight Terror, which might be a pretty, maybe a boss. You must survive till morning, when Imperial reinforcements will arrive. You can either give a rousing speech or remain silent. Let's give the speech. I doubt we're gonna lose recruits. Oh, we might. Alright, I'm not sure. I tried to follow the inspired. I think it's the second one. It is not. They're unmoved, remain tense and fearful. We didn't lose anything, so I think it was worth trying. The card gambits where we have to pick, I'm really bad at those. I'm gonna have to figure out some way to better track what the success cards are. Hopefully we'll find that out as we continue through the series. It looks like the Terror of Westwind, as the final vestiges of humanity are erased, the Terror wakes. Use Bash to break the Terror's corrupted armor and defeat it with a finisher before it regenerates. So I haven't used Bash yet. Hopefully I'll remember to do that. For now, let's focus on defeating the simple minions here. That's 1 out of the 6 down. And once we have succeeded with that, we will... Let's see, so that's Bash. Alright, that sounds easy enough. There, that's okay. Let's just let's avoid the boss for now as we defeat the rest of these minions, and we'll come back to facing the presently. Alright, so now we're just down to this guy. Oh no. And it looks like I've destroyed all of its armor, which is great. That's a lot of good damage there, but he did regenerate all of his armor, so we're going to have to bash through that all again. And about halfway through the armor. I'm just going to tank him. We have the health, might as well. There's no... And there it is. So definitely need to work on the combat skills, but we played well enough that we had quite a bit of health to use, and so things turned out well for us.
A mighty creature of chaos felled by your power. Does it satisfy you, this bloodshed? Knowing those you destroy were once simple peasants, going about their day.
Well, unless the dealer has a cure for the Blight, I think killing those peasants who had become essentially zombies was the right thing to do. Once the corrupted behemoth falls, the rest of the minions flee, their spirits broken. The soldiers erupt in cheers, praising your valor. You can rest until morning, ready to greet the reinforcements with a town already saved. And looks like that's it. There we go.
Deck. But now we only begin our stories of fate, folly, and magic. Do not think I'm satisfied with this, but at least we have a place to begin.
Indeed, at least we have a place to begin. So we got the gold token for the magician.
Now you have learned
let's see
the
what
simplest
that
ways to
gives
build
us.
your deck. Each
For saving the
challenge
town,
will
we get
provide
the
its
Ruby
own
Ring,
unique
the
trials.
Valiant
Here are
Aegis,
some more
and
tools
Winter's
to keep you in
Bane,
good stead.
as well as the Man-Eating Tree, the Gnomish Exchange, Lost Boy, Pauper Plague, and the Westwind Tavern. So we'll have to add some of those in our next mission. For now, thank you so much for watching. Another successful early mission. Hopefully we can keep this going. And I think I'll just go in order for the remaining missions. So our next challenge will be the High Priestess. So be sure to tune in next time for that. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.
Unlocking cards will give you options you have